Welcome to the second video on the Singapore Real Estate Investment Trust. Today, we're going to talk about how you can create an investment plan for yourself for the next 10 years, 20 or 30 years. This is LlamaFinance. LlamaFinance is a blog on investments, personal finance and dating. So today, our agenda is to first help you identify all your expenses. We're basically categorizing your expenses into different categories. Next, we will then go on to help you identify the amount of disposable income you have. Next, using the amount of disposable income, we're then going to create a plan. We're also going to discuss some ideas and strategies on how you can ensure yourself to stick to this investment plan. Lastly, we'll then talk about how you can protect yourself against certain accidents and also to protect and ensure that you stick to the investment plan throughout your life. So over here for the expenses, we are categorizing your expenses into 3 different categories. First, we have the daily living expenses, which include your daily transport, like taking the bus or MRT, your food expenses, and entertainment expenses, like example, going to the movies or buying certain things that you want. Next, we also have the monthly expenses, which includes your monthly bills, like your phone bills, your broadband bills. You also include your monthly rental or mortgage if you are paying for any. Next, some people may also be paying the insurance premiums monthly. However, for myself, I pay my insurance premiums on an annual basis because it's cheaper. For the yearly or annual expenses, it includes like traveling or certain trips that you plan to go with your friends. It can also include certain token sums to family, or for some people, it may even include your medical bills. So we're going to talk about the 4 steps you can take to identify the disposable income that you have every month. So firstly, for your gross salary, we are using the context of this individual called Ace, who is a 30-year-old male living in Singapore. So he has $5,000 of monthly income, which is gross. After deducting CPF, he will then be left with $4,000 cash every month. So let's take a look at the monthly expenses, which is the step 2 of this computation of disposable income. So he spent $120 every month on transport, $300 on food. He gives his parents $500 every month as allowance, and he spends $100 on dating. And all this add up to be $1,020 monthly expenses. As for the yearly expenses, he spends $3,000 on annual insurance premiums. He also goes on annual trips, which cost him 1.5k estimated every year. He also buys gifts for his family and friends, and this amounts to be $200 per year. Next, we have income tax and donations, and all this adds up to be $6,000 per year. However, what we need is the monthly amount, hence we have to divide the $6,000 by 12 to give $500. And this sums up the step 3. So moving on to the last step, we then take the amount of salary after CPF, $4,000, deduct by $1,020, $500, and this gives us the monthly investable amount of $2,480 for Ace. So what we covered just now are just the common salary and annual bonuses that we can have. However, there are still other ways that you can look to increase your disposable income. For example, you can work harder to get more performance bonus. You can perform certain side gigs like tuition and classes for children. You can aim to cut down your expenses by using certain coupons or promotions. You can go on to complete online surveys, which gives you cash. And most of these platforms, they actually do a payout via the PayPal. You can also join paid focus group, which pays about $20 to $50 SGD every month, every trip, every session. Next, you can sell your unwanted items through Carousel. And lastly, you can also trade certain securities and get an income from there. So in order to help you create your investment plan, we have created an Excel sheet which is called the LlamaFinance Net Worth Calculator. You can get this Excel by downloading the Excel template under the description links. Please remember to make a copy from the Google Sheets and then use the template for yourself. So basically, you can then customize this template to suit your own financial needs. Next, you key in the figures and input your desired annual returns. And then next, you are to look at this plan every 6 months on where you are, whether your income has increased, expenses has increased or decreased, and so on. It is always important to revisit certain assumptions when you first create this investment plan. I actually prepared a short video to show you the step-by-step guide on how you can use this LlamaFinance Personal Finance Calculator. Hopefully from the short clip, you have gained a good understanding of how LlamaFinance Calculator works, and hopefully this calculator can help you in your investment planning. So now I'd like to talk about sticking to the investment plan. So I'd like to quote the world famous hedge fund manager George Soros. He said, "If investing is entertaining, if you are having fun, you're probably not making any money. Good investing is boring." And I feel that this is a quote that is very true to myself also. It really takes a huge amount of discipline for you to commit to the investment plan for the long term, be it the next 10, 20 or 30 years. Reinvestment can be boring. In the times where markets are volatile, you can be placing around 1 to 2 trades per month. But however, during the times where the market is pretty stable, you can be investing probably once every 3 or 6 months. And it can really be boring as compared to the different trading skill sets that people promote out there on the internet, like day trading or short-term trading, which is really way more exciting. And I feel that for us, as we age, we have more wants. People get married and people will want to buy cars or houses or other kind of to fulfill other kinds of desires. And this would cause us to be tempted to sell for investment in order to afford all these desires. And the third point is that I feel that market can shock us during recession. For example, during the recent COVID correction to the stock market, we can see the risk value dropping as much as 50%. And for us, new investors or retail investors, seeing the investment value dropping so significantly can cause us to panic sell, and this is something that we often regret on the hindsight. So I'd like to share about how you should protect yourself and also protect your investment plan. So firstly, I feel that all of us should really speak to a financial advisor. There are few insurance plans that all of us should get, because a single illness can really wipe off our entire savings, because the hospital bills are essentially expensive all around the whole world. So the few insurance plans that all of us should get are the hospital plan, accident plan, also the critical illnesses coverage to protect us in the case that we really fall sick. Next, I feel that you should also clear off your debts before you begin on the investment plan, especially those high interest debts like credit card debts, which can go up to 20+% interest per year. Student loans come in next, because student loans has an interest rate of about 4 to 6% per year. And before committing to the investment plan, you should also aim to save up at least 6 months worth of expenses. This is pretty obvious because we all need the rainy day fund in the case of any emergency for ourselves or for our family members. Last but not least, you just simply have to stick to your goal for the long term. So this is the end of the first video to teach you on REIT investing. We hope that you're enjoying this course thus far, and please feel free to drop any questions you have regarding the LlamaFinance calculator or anything mentioned in this video in the comment section below. You can also email to llamafinance@gmail.com if you have any questions or wish to contact LlamaFinance. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to click like if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends if you find this video useful. Thank you.